The chairman of the Florida Republican Party is under investigation by the Sarasota Police Department over allegations that he sexually abused a woman with whom he was allegedly having a menage a trois with, along with his wife, who, by the way, happens to be a founder of the Moms for Liberty group. So take a moment and soak in everything I just said in that very long run-on sentence, because here it is. The chair of the Republican Party of the state of Florida, right? One of the biggest so-called swing states in the country, has now been accused and is under investigation by the police for allegedly sexually assaulting a woman with whom he was allegedly, repeatedly having threesomes with his wife, who is a founder of Moms for Liberty. Like, if you told an AI prompt to come up with the most, ridiculous Republican scandal headline in the world, it wouldn't even be able to come up with all of that. But here is what happened. The chair of the Florida Republican Party is a man by the name of Christian Ziegler, with whom I have had the unfortune of having to argue with this moron on social media on a few occasions. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw me post that the other day. But he is allegedly, according to the woman who filed the complaint, he and her and his wife had regularly, I guess, been having menage a trois, right? Nothing wrong with that. If that's what you're into, be into it, as long as everybody is a consenting adult. But the woman alleges that in early October, there was an incident where it was just her and Mr. Ziegler in his house having an affair. The wife was not present for this, and that is when she alleges that the assault took place. She did immediately go and file a police report. So these are not just allegations from her coming out and saying, hey, everybody, look at this. No, she actually kept it quiet and went and filed the police report. Media outlets led by the USA Today kind of media group got the police reports, which are heavily redacted. But from the police reports, we do know this. The individual reported being sexually battered at home in Sarasota on October 2nd. The report again mentions a sexual assault allegation and sexual assault complaint, but has no other information. The synopsis from the responding officer also is almost entirely redacted. Only 5 words aren't blacked out in the narrative. They are stated, raped, stated that, and raped again. Now, Mr. Ziegler, through his lawyer, has released a statement saying, basically, it's all hogwash. He's going to be fully exonerated. The statement also says, unfortunately, public figures are often accused of acts that they did not commit, whether it be for political purposes or financial gain. I would caution anyone to rush to judgment until the investigation is concluded. Out of respect for the investigation, this is all Mr. Ziegler or myself can say at this time. So, okay, he denies it, but in the denial, they mention something that didn't happen. So yeah, he's a public figure. People do this, to try to tarnish their reputations. She didn't do this publicly. So that kind of, calls into question your entire statement here. She didn't go out and hold a press conference and say that this happened. She filed a police report that is still heavily redacted. So, your denial mentions things that didn't actually happen, which probably isn't a good thing for your client. Now, about the guy's wife, right? A woman by the name of Bridget Ziegler, of course, one of the founders of Moms for Liberty. She was famously at Ron DeSantis' side when he signed the Don't Say Gay legislation. So she's a major power player here in the state of Florida. She is no longer, by the way, associated with Moms for Liberty, but Mr. Ziegler, again, still the chair of the Florida Republican Party. But this news, which only came out, a day and a half ago, traveled so quick, so fast, and is so impactful that even Ron DeSantis says that Mr. Ziegler should resign. He says, of course, everyone deserves the presumption of innocence. That's how our justice system works. And that's why, I always tell you, all of this is just alleged. He hasn't even been charged with any of it. It's just an ongoing investigation. But even DeSantis said, he should resign. Where is that? I think he should step aside and think he should attend to that. He's innocent until proven guilty, but we just can't have a party chair that's under that type of scrutiny. Ron DeSantis said. So, oopsie-doo. Looks like Mr. Ziegler is in a little bit of trouble here. We'll see what the investigation bears out. Again, all of this is just allegedly, but when you already have the party apparatus in the state of Florida turning against you, that's never a good sign.